Hello and welcome to Functional Skills Masterclass with me, Bill Haining. In this session, we're going to look at EL3 maths, add, subtract, divide and multiply. So let's start with add. Alright, you can see here you buy a TV and a dishwasher, just like below. How much do both items cost in total? Well, this is how you arrange it. You arrange both numbers on top of each other and you start adding them. Now when you're adding and subtracting, you start from the right hand side and work towards the left. So 9 plus 5 is 14, and you can see you put the 4 down there and you put the 1 in the next column. Right? And then that 1 changes that 9 to a 10. So 10 plus 4 is 14. Okay, you put the 4 down underneath and you put the 1 over in the next left hand column. Okay, and then that 4 becomes a 5. So 5 plus 3 is 8. So the answer is, how much do both items cost? It's £844. Now you try it. Pause the video at this point and let's see if you get the answers correct. So 527 plus 115 is 642. 404 plus 286 is 690. Now let's look at subtracting. It's just the same, but only in reverse. You have £1,000 in your pocket, you buy a TV and a dishwasher, just like below. How much money do you have left after paying for both items? So you have £1,000 in your pocket. You paid out £844. How much have you got left? Again, you start from the right hand side and work your way to the left. So 4 away from 0 doesn't go. So we borrow 1 from the next column and we put it up top, and that 0 now becomes a 10. So 4 away from 10 is 6. And because we borrowed that 1 up here, we have to put it back. And when you put it back, that 4 becomes a 5. So 5 from 0 doesn't go, so you borrow 1 from the next column. Okay, and you put it up there, and that again becomes 5 away from 10 is 5. And again, because you borrowed that 1 from this column, you put it back, and that means that 8 becomes a 9. So 9 away from 10 is 1. So the answer is, how much money do you have left? The answer is £156. Now you try it. Okay, again, pause the video. We'll see how you do. So how did you do? Well, 439 minus 215 is 224. 554 minus 326 is 228. Now let's look at dividing. We'll look at dividing with a single number first. So Anne works in a shop, has 124 cans of beans. In each pack there are 4 cans of baked beans. How many packs were delivered altogether? In this question, it's just simply asking you how many 4s are in 124. So you divide. Okay, there's 124 and there's your 4. So you start from left to right this time. And it's 4 into 1 doesn't go, there's none. Okay, so what you do then, you break it down into a smaller problem and you say, how many 4s are in 12? Well, there's 3 4s in 12, isn't there? So you put 3 up there, and that just leaves this 4. How many 4s are in 4? Well, there's 1. Okay, and you can see there that 31 packs were delivered altogether. Now let's look at dividing with 2 digits. Okay, Maya spends £43 on groceries every week. How many weeks would £688 last? So what you do is you take the 688, you divide it by 43, and this is how you do it. Again, you start from the left and work your way to the right. Now 43 into 6 doesn't go. Okay, so that'd be 0. Now 43 into 68, you break that down into a little problem. How many 43s are in 68? Well, there's only 1, isn't there? Okay, and then you have 25 left over. So you move that 25 into the next column here, which makes that 258. So how many 43s are in 258? Now that can be quite a task if you don't know your 43 times table. So when you're in an exam situation, write the number 43 down the side of the page and then add 43 subsequently till you get to the number 258. Okay, so 43 plus 43 is 86, plus 43 is 129, plus 172, 43 is 172, plus 43 is 215, plus another 43 is 258, and you can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 43s in 258, so the answer goes up there as 6. Okay, and the answer to the question is it would last 16 weeks. Alright, so now you try it. Okay, let's try 360 divided by 9 and 500 divided by 10. Alright, again, pause the video. So 360 divided by 9 is 40. 500 divided by 10 is 50. And if you got that answers correct, well done. Alright, let's try Anna works in a shop. She has 26 packs of beans. In each pack there are 4 cans of bean. How many cans were delivered altogether? So it's 26 multiplied by 4. With multiplication, you always start from the right hand side. Okay, so 4 times 6 is 24. Okay, so you bring the 4 down here and you put the 2 up there. Just to remind you, there's 2 left over. You then do 4 times 2 is 8. And then you have to add that 2, which is 10. Okay, so 26 times 4 is 104. Now let's look at multiplying with 2 digits. Maya spends £18 on groceries every week. How much does Maya spend on groceries in 1 year? Well, we know there's 52 weeks in a year. Okay, so we multiply 52 by 18. So when you're multiplying with double digits like this, you do it one at a time. So ignore the 1 for the moment and you multiply that top number by 8. And again, starting from the right, 8 times 2 is 16. You carry the 1 over to the next column. Okay, and then 8 times 5 is 40, but you must add the 1. Okay, so it's 41. 5 eighths is 40 plus 1, which is 41. Okay, now we want to start using the ones column, this next column here. We're finished with the 8. Now we're finished with 8. You must cross your little number out there because we're finished with that as well. And that way you don't get confused with any calculation. So make sure you score it out before you do the next calculation. And because we are finished with the units column, we put a 0 in there before we start our calculation. And again, we start from the right hand side. So 1 times 2 is 2. And 1 times 5 is 5. Now what we do is we add both these totals together. Okay, and add them like we did before. 0 plus 6 is 6, 2 plus 1 is 3, and 5 times 4 is 9. So Maya spends £936 per year on groceries. Okay, now you have a go. Pause the video again and see if you get it correct. What is 9 times 36 and 53 times 10? So how did you do? Well, 9 times 36 is 324 and 53 times 10 is 530. If you got them correct, well done. And that there is adding, subtracting, multiplying and dividing at entry level 3. So thank you.